Hello, book lovers! How are you? So today's the monthly summary, is the day that I will tell you a little bit about all the books I read last month and also the new books that will now live on my bookshelf. So come with me. Alright, so I will start telling you a little bit about the books that I've read, okay? So, the first book that I finished reading this month was Iracema by José de Alencar. This book is a Brazilian book. This book was written in the 19th century. And it is a tale. It's the story of how the state of Ceará was named, like where the name of the state came from. And the tale, the book was written in the 19th century, but the tale itself, like this story happens close to the time that Brazil was discovered, actually when Brazil started being colonized by Portugal. So Iracema is a female Indian and like a native Brazilian, and she falls in love with a guy who is descendant from Portuguese. He's like blonde, he's like an European looking guy, and she falls in love with him, and then a lot of things start happening because Iracema is the virgin of the tribe, and she's supposed to continue being the virgin because she's the one in charge of preparing the sacred drink. Her father is the main leader of the tribe. That's why she is the one who is like the sacred Indian who should be there preparing the drinks from their god. But she falls in love with this guy and she decides to run away with him, and a lot of things happen. Two tribes fight each other over them, over like one tribe is protecting Iracema and Martin, who is the guy she falls in love with. The other tribe, her tribe's trying to get her back, and then a lot of confusion happens. And the book is so pretty, so well written. It's really beautiful to read this book. José de Alencar actually portrayed very well the way that native Brazilian Indians spoke at that time. Like, he did a lot of research on it and he could write it in a way that it doesn't sound fake. So it was really well written and I really liked reading it. But Iracema really irritated me because she made a lot of like bad choices. So yeah, I think probably this book was already translated into English because it's a classic. A lot of Brazilian classics are translated into English and many other languages, so I think you can for sure find it in English or many other languages actually, but in English for sure. So I recommend it and hope you like to. The second book that I've read this month was Do You Have Kids? How Women Live When the Answer is No. And I really liked this book because this is a topic that is really dear to my heart. I don't know if I will ever have kids. I find it interesting to read about how women who decided not to have kids or couldn't have kids live after a while. And the book is written by Kate Kaufman, and she's a psychologist and she also didn't have kids, and she researches. She has many conversations with many different women in many different like age groups to discover how we are. And yeah, it's a really good book. I think I have a video already here about this book, so check it out here in the channel. And I recommend it, even if you have kids or if you want to have kids, but if you just want to get that idea of how the other side lives, like, you know, like how people who chose a different life from your life live. And the message of the book is very nice. It's like, if you want to have kids, great, and if you don't want to have kids, great. The choice is yours, but you have to make the decision with a lot of thought, because doesn't matter if you decide one way or the other. You have positive aspects and you have negative aspects. So she brings one side of the story and she mentions the positive and negative aspects of not being a mother. And of course, being a mother also has many positive aspects, but also some negative aspects too. And yeah, it's just some material that you can study. And if you are in doubt, if you ever want to have kids, check this book out. It's very interesting. I really liked it. And the last book I read this month is this book. This book is a Nigerian book, and I read it for the challenge around the world in 50 books. This challenge is very nice. I think I didn't start uploading the videos here, but I will try to talk a little bit about it with you guys in the future. Yeah, but the name of the book, the title of the book, I will check here because it was originally written in English. The original name is Everything Good Will Come. So Everything Good Will Come by Sefiata. She lives in the United States, but she was born in Nigeria. She also studied in England. And the book feels like a diary. Like the main character, her name is Enitan, and it feels like it's her diary. She talks about the things that she had to go through in her life, living in Nigeria and being upper class. Even though she was like upper class, she also suffered a lot. She also had to go through like a lot of times without electricity, without water, because the place that they lived, even though it was a big city, didn't have like stability. The government there at that time was changing all the time. A lot of coups, a lot of dictatorship, and also she mentions many different topics. She talks a lot about politics and how to be involved in it, being a woman. She was born, like the main character was born in 1960, the year that Nigeria became independent from England. So it's a very interesting book, like historically speaking. You get to know a lot of things about Nigeria, things I didn't know. I didn't have a lot of information about Africa as a continent when I was growing up, like at school. Schools here don't talk a lot about specific historical moments in Africa. We don't learn a lot about it, which is unfortunate because I think it's important to know the history of other places to understand their people and their culture. So yes, I recommend this book. It's not like the best book ever written, but it's a really good book. It's not fast-paced, but it's not slow. I mean, I really recommend it, and I think it would be easy for you guys. Oh no, the neighbor is doing some construction now. Great! So yes, I'm sorry guys, you will probably hear the noise, but it's the neighbor just like making a hole in the wall. So yes, I recommend this book. I think it's going to be easy for you guys to find it in the States or in England because it was originally written in English, and yeah, hopefully you can find it in your country. So now guys, I will show you all the books that I got in September, but I'm going to remind you guys that September is my birthday, my birthday month. So my birthday is on September 7th, so I got a lot of books as a birthday gift. Yes, thank God people gave me books because I love it. So I will show all the books that I got as a gift, okay? So the first one is a special edition of Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. This edition is so beautiful. It's a mix between like golden and silver. It's like in between these two colors. It's really nice. I will show you guys. See, it's really nice inside. There is like a little note here by the person who gave me. Actually, this book here I got in a I am like a Patreon, but it's not the Patreon because it's not this website. But the person who sent me this book has a YouTube channel, a really big one, and she was like doing this of the book, and then I said, oh, I want to take part, I want to maybe win, and then I won, and she sent me the book. So it was like a gift, but actually it was like out of luck that I got it. She didn't even know it was my birthday, but it ended up being a gift. So yes, I really love it. It's a really beautiful edition, and I have to catch up because I've never read Frankenstein before. Sorry, but I have to read now that I have the book, right? And the next books were gifts that my father gave me. We were walking, we went to the beach to celebrate my birthday, and at the little town that we were, there were like this book thrift shop, a shop that sells used books, and he got me 2 books by Agatha Christie. Let me check here the original names, because Agatha Christie, guys, it's super easy for you to find because the original books were in English. So the first one, the original name is Curtain by Agatha Christie. This book is used, but I thought it was so well preserved, and I paid like so cheap. This one was 9 reais, which is about, I don't know, $2 or $1.50. Super cheap. And the other one, let me check here for you guys. The original name is Elephants Can Remember by Agatha Christie. I loved it because it's purple and I love purple. Look, it's like yellow pages, good print. The font is good. And this one was 14 reais, which was about like $3. So yeah, it's very cheap and well preserved used book, right? The other book is a book that I bought to give myself as a present. So it is a book, this book here, I know that you guys will not find in English because it's from a Brazilian author, and she, like, her titles are not translated yet, and this book is new. I bought it before it was like, I bought it in a special edition where she could like give me a message and sign it. So it's signed by the author. The page marker just fell, and it's Bibliotherapy. It's another book by Christiana Sages about bibliotherapy. If you don't know bibliotherapy, I suggest you guys to take a look, to research about the topic. It's very interesting. In England, they have a lot of articles about it, so it's easy to find material in English to read. So check it out. But yeah, this one is like about therapy using books as a tool. So I'm super like, I really want to read it soon. And yes, this is the author, Christiana Sages. And it's a really good edition. But yeah, unfortunately, only in Brazil you can find it. Other books that I got, these ones, they were from my godmother. She sent me 3 books, like she went overboard. She's like, oh, I'm going to give you a gift. So she sent me 3. They're all by the same author, Shi Ren. She is a Chinese author. She has a background in journalism. So her writing is more like talking about women's story in China, but she researches a lot of like true facts. So she narrates real stories in her book. So I will show you the books that I got. This one is her most famous book. The original name is The Good Women of China. So this is the first book by Shi Ren that I got from my godmother. The other one is, let me check here, Buy Me the Sky. So Buy Me the Sky is another book that I got by Shi Ren. And the last one is Daughters Without Name. I think it's Daughters Without Name in English, because in the cover I only can see the name in Portuguese. Let me just make sure. So, oh no, the original, it's the only book that the original title is completely different. The original title is Miss Chopsticks. So, Miss Chopsticks by Shi Ren. And the reason why she sent me all these books is because last year I read this book by Shi Ren. This one I already read. She didn't send me this month. But I read and I told many good things about the book. I really loved her writing, Shi Ren's writing. This one is Sky Burial, and it's so good, so beautifully written. It's a real story of a woman who left her country to try to find her husband. She was newly wed when her husband had to go as a doctor to war, and she couldn't just stay waiting, so she went there to try to find him. And then she narrates this story after she interviewed the real person. So it is a real story and really well written. I really loved it, and I recommend books from Shi Ren. I think you guys should get to know. The next book, a student sent me this book. Oh, I loved it so much. I have a teenage student. She studies with me. I am a private tutor, so I tutor many people, but usually I am a private English tutor, and I usually teach adults, but she is the only teenager that I teach. The original name is Essentialism by Greg McCann. Guys, tell me how to pronounce his last name in the comments, because I've never seen this last name before. So yes, this book's going to talk about what is essential in life and how to deal with the pressure to buy so many things, because we live in a society that induces us to buy things all the time. And by the premise here, I think it's going to talk about all the things that are actually essential in life and how to go back to your roots and live with only what's essential. And yes, I am in this vibe. I like reading about it. Hopefully I will, control myself and stop buying so many things, because actually I don't need many things. I'm way more controlled nowadays than I were before. But yes, books like this help me to control my finances better. And the last one was a gift by my husband. This book is gigantic. It's the Foundation Trilogy by Isaac Asimov, and this book is amazing. I already started reading it. As you can see, I already marked some pages. I am right here. 1% is read. I have so many pages to read yet, but I'm already loving it. So guys, yes, that's it. And it started raining. I don't know if you guys will listen, so I'm sorry because of the noise, but yes, those were all the books. Let me see if I can show you where they are. Here. So yeah, I hope you guys liked the video, and if you liked, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. If you want, you can follow me on Instagram, and we will continue talking about books and things related on next videos. See you!